These are my top 10 Forger mods for 1.16.5 and 1.17.1. If you want to download them, check the links in the description below. Hi guys, I'm Dianzu. I don't know how I got here, but that's an aside. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications whenever I upload new content. Anyways, without further deliberation, let's get on with the show. Minecraft's a game with essentially infinite potential, and in my eyes, the power of mods adds on to that greatly, because remember, some infinities are larger than others. So here's 10 of them that I find quite fun. Let's start off simple with the adorable Minibloom. These undersized relatives to the Moobloom are endemic to the flower forests, yet are sadly somewhat a rare sight. If you happen to find one, you can feed them glistering melons, which will make them sit. Helpfully enough, they will also occasionally create a honey sprout wherever they go. This flower is the opposite to the wither rose, with it giving regeneration when walked through. As a side note, during the night, Miniblooms will go to sleep. Berry Good is a mod by MC Abnormal that expands upon the berry, mainly the sweet berry, but if you have Neapolitan, it'll work for strawberries as well. The basis for this mod is the sweet berry pip, which you will now use to plant bushes rather than the berries themselves. In addition, you can now use sweet berries for a proper food item, rather than scarfing them down like an actual man-man. In this case, the sweet berry meatball, which on consumption will give 10 hunger points, making it one of the most fulfilling food items in-game. Added in by Berry Good is the Fox Music Disc, which you of course get as a rare drop from foxes. However, ostriches would have been better in this situation. But that's an aside. Here's a 10-second sample for your listening enjoyment. Raise your hand if you've ever touched grass. I'm not much better. But if you have in Minecraft, you've probably seen the plains, an expansive and flat biome marked with ugly pools! These glorified creeper potholes and, if I read this correctly, your mother's skydiving accident, are positively horrendous to look at, but with no lakes, these things are rightfully paved over. In addition, this seems to stretch over to other biomes as well, so rest easy. But not too easy. You never rest too easy. Descended from the now lost mod of Openblocks, the Openblocks Elevator continues the legacy by adding a simplistic teleportation elevator. By placing an elevator directly above another, you'll be able to create a link that will even surpass blocks in the way. In addition, you can camouflage and change the direction of the elevator, which is the effect of making anyone who goes up it face the direction selected. The depths of the ocean can be quite hostile to explore, and even more so with mods, but with scuba gear, exploring the depths of the sea will be made much easier, so let's dive down into it. The scuba gear itself adds a deep sea diving suit. Now, in order to obtain this, you cannot craft it, but rather must hunt it off of drowned that spawn, usually around the forgotten ocean ruin. However, that's easier done than said, since instead of spawning piece by piece, they will spawn in a ranking of sorts. These ranks consist of helmet and boots, everything but chestplate, and finally the entire set. When you acquire the armor, it's probably damaged, but can be repaired with pieces of iron and mending. The helmet gives you proper water breathing rather than the scam that is the turtle helmet. Then there's the chestplate, which allows you to mine at regular speeds underwater. Next is the leggings, which makes swim speed boosted, and finally the boots, which makes walking underwater quicker as well. However, there is a final secret benefit, for you see, when we're in full, the suit offers iron level protection, but also complete fire resistance. Don't linger around for too long though, the armor will be taking the damage for you. Ah yes, the Adelie Penguin. A creature so deviant that the diary entries written about them were in ancient Greek as to avoid the general public from knowing about their behaviors. I'm not joking, search for yourself. This Oreo bird has a mind more warped than Bundy.
And now they're in Minecraft!
For you see, with Waddles, the Adelie Penguin will now be a common sight within the tundra and ice spikes. For the most part, they're ambient, doing their characteristic walk. They do seem scared of polar bears, albeit there's no reason for it. The Wandering Trapper of the aptly named mod is the significantly cooler brother of the Wandering Trader, and pun there was certifiably intended. For you see, the Wandering Trapper is found within the icy expanses of cold biomes. Here you'll likely find him with a wolf companion. When interacted with, he'll be willing to sell you a number of pelts for various survival items and emeralds. Now you might ask, what do I do with my pile of endangered animal skins? Well, you bring them to the fur trader, of course. With the pelt scraping log as a workbench, the furrier will give players high quantities of emeralds for fur. Now, what they do with this fur has been a mystery, but I think I found the truth in this shed. What the fuck? Now, if you think it's a good idea to fight this guy, they'll strike back with their bows, which they're also willing to use on polar bears, zombies, pillagers, and even each other. Restored Earth is a mod that returns the content from the now lost Minecraft Earth into regular Minecraft. So, let's dive down into it. In the heights of the mountains, you'll find the woolly cow. Related to the much angrier yak, this Bovid 18, however, has the distinction of not going insane when sheared of the brown wool. Also, good god, this cow has bad posture. Nice. The fancy chicken is endemic to the flower forests, and is slightly taller than their non-fancy relatives. If you want to, you can kill these flight-challenged birds. No real point since the only thing they drop is the fancy feather, which isn't used in any recipes. It does look nice balanced on your head, however. A rare spawn within the plains, the rainbow sheep is the second variety of sheep in Minecraft with multicolored wool. When sheared, they'll give you the first multicolored wool in Minecraft, a true scientific breakthrough that could cure. You can also use them for decorations. Big rabbit. It spawns in Mega Tigers. Found within the flower forest, the Miniblooms is a relative of the diminutive Miniblooms, albeit 30% less wholesome axolotl to Minecraft 1.17. They also have another relative known as the Mulip. When milked with a bowl, they will give you absorption and regeneration stew respectively, and when shorn, the Miniblooms will give you buttercups, while Mulips give you daisies. Notably, only the buttercup is stewable, with it of course giving absorption. Found in the overworld beaches is the tropical slime. Unlike their swamp-bound counterparts, the tropical slime is neutral, and damages players that walk in front of them. In addition, they're quite good at bouncing on water, and on death do not split, but rather drop a tropical fish. Also, let me pause for a few seconds, and the background music is by Napstablock. Check them out, they still do music. Listen to it for a bit. Ah yes, the Dark Oak Forest, one of the most unsettling biomes in the overworld, seconded only by the taiga, with such dangerous and exclusive enemies like the... and the... or even the... And to add on to this extremely fearsome rogues gallery are the Bone Spider and Skeleton Wolf, which spawn in the Dark Oak Forest and taiga respectively. The Bone Spider is a nastier and tankier form of the spider, with them having about 30 hit points, making them quite the tough opponent. Then there's the Skeleton Wolf. They are entirely hostile and untamable, perhaps the reason why both skeletons and wolves seem to have somewhat mixed reactions to their presence. If you thought regular witches were already a nightmare to fight, you'll not like the Violet Witch, for instead of throwing short-lasting splash potions, the Violet Witch will violate international laws and use lingering instead. This too has its ups and downs, for while her harming clouds will have a 1-2 punch with them both damaging you and healing the undead, you could use her slowness clouds as a way to pause swarms of enemies. Truth be told, the most vile thing about her is her unwillingness to drop her hat on death. Two new members have joined the zombified undead, the Bouldering and Lobber zombies. The Bouldering zombie is a disturbingly buff zombie capable of scaling walls like a spider. God knows how the lobbing zombie got its one arm so strong, but with that singular super arm, it's capable of hurling chunks of rotten flesh at the player. Thankfully, they are prone to infighting. For the longest time, we've only had two golems in game. One is extremely violent and dumb, and the other has about as much strength as a friable bird. However, there are now two golems that I'd say are pretty good upgrades. First is the Furnace Golem. Made using a standard iron golem tee with the central block replaced by a blast furnace, the Furnace Golem not only vaults its opponents, but also sets them on fire. Secondly is the Melon Golem. If you want to get this golem, simply replace the carved pumpkin with a... and you'll get a Melon Golem. They shoot low damaging seeds. This comes at the cost of making friendly fire much more dangerous though, so use with care. To finish off Restored Earth is the Jolly Llama and Muddy Pig, simple regional variants of the base mob. Jolly Llamas are found on mountains, and Muddy Pigs wherever there is mud, usually swamps. In order to clean your pigs, just douse them in water. Literal hogwash. As a side note, there's also the Cluckshroom, which I only discovered about a minute ago, and it is about 3 AM. So yeah, you're gonna find them on Mushroom Islands. The cold biomes of Minecraft can be a bit lacking when it comes to loot. The warm biomes have their exclusive temples, the snowy ones have igloos. But with rare ice, there'll be plenty more reasons to visit the frozen corners of Minecraft, for you see, every now and then you'll encounter bits of frozen loot within the ice. How they got there is truly an archaeological mystery. But fear not for destroying precious artifacts, for you too can preserve up to 8 items in ice, truly taking frozen meal to another level. To finish off today, meet the Swing Through Grass mod, a simple mod that makes it so that you avoid all those times you try to fight a mob with a sword and end up nuking your garden. The show's gotta come to an end, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. This is your host Diansu, out!